A barge is 200 feet long by 35 feet wide. They can hold up to 1,900 tons, so 3.5 million pounds.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
Barging is actually the greenest, safest, and most cost-efficient way to move material per ton mile. It's what it takes to move 1 ton of material 1 mile. The Ohio River and the entire inland river system is very important to the United States. That's the reason Pittsburgh has all the steel mills, and this entire area was able to grow like it did, because you're able to move these large portions of material relatively easily and cheaply. We have 3 main commodities that we handle. Organic soybeans that are coming from places like India and Argentina. There's barite, which goes actually to our neighbors here at Simbar. That's a rocky substance they crush to make drilling mud, and that's mined in several places around the world. And then we handle a decent amount of steel coils, which all the steel we currently handle is domestic steel. And there's a handful of different steel mills along the rivers for efficiency of being able to move it. In Arkansas, all the way up to Kentucky. We unload anywhere from 200 to 260 barges a year. It depends on the material, how fast you can unload it. So like soybeans, since it's a less dense material, you're able to put a lot in there. That takes us about 8 hours. Barites, they vary depending on how the commodity is moving for us, really. It can go from 4 hours to 6 hours for a barge. And then steel coils takes about 3 hours to unload. A barge is 200 feet long by 35 feet wide. They can hold up to 1,900 tons. Wow. So 3.5 million pounds. We ship out some steel coil, but here at Pier 48, we're mainly unloading. But there's a ton of other materials that move on the rivers. A lot of coal, which also comes and goes, all depending on where they're mining it. A lot of aggregates. There's a wide variety of materials that move on the river, and it's mainly high volumes of material. The one downside to barging is that it's pretty slow. It's a 16-hour trip from here to New Orleans by truck. Takes about 25 to 30 days on a barge.
Yep. Okay.
So that's the big downside. So companies that use barge are, like steel. It's something that they're fine with having a large inventory of, and they don't need it tomorrow. But for them taking that extra time in their supply chain, they're able to get the benefits that it's cheaper. Cheaper, greener, and safer. Traffic on the rivers has been staying steady over the past 15 or so years, despite the decline of coal. At one point, coal was about 70% of all barge traffic. It's now down closer to 50. It's staying pretty steady, and I think that will just continue to happen with all these batteries, all the expansion that's happening in the Columbus area. I can see more and more companies looking to move by barge. We're constantly, trying to upgrade. We received several MAP grants from the state of Ohio. We got 2 new skid steers. We're going to put in a new walkway down to our second dock. It's a little narrow right now, but we're in the process of getting a bigger one put in. Our next goal is we want to put in a warehouse. So we're currently working with the Port Authority, and that's our next goal, is to get a warehouse. Because right now, all of our products, we pretty much don't sit any down. They're loaded directly onto trucks and sent out. So with a big warehouse, it would open us up to more products.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal.